This is Edible Ed. This is Edible Ed in bed. This is Edible Ed's head. This is Edible Ed's spread. This is Edible Ed eating bread. This is Edible Ed fed.
So full.
This is Edible Ed's friend. This is Edible Ed's trend. This is Edible Ed misled. This is Edible Ed defend. This is Edible Ed shed.
Ain't she a beaut?
This is Edible Ed Zed.
Go Go Power Rangers.
This is Edible Ed shred. This is Edible Ed med. I'm a doctor.
Yoink.
This is Edible Ed fled. This is Edible Ed end.
I love you.
His name is Ed, and he's got a cooking channel. It's Edible Ed. He's gonna cook some good food for you.
Welcome to an all-new episode of The Edible Eds. Thanks for coming by this week. Hope you all are doing real good. Hope everybody's healthy and safe. And just being nice to one another, because we're all in this together. We all need to be loving and nice and sweet and jolly and wonderful to one another so we could get through this even faster. On this episode of Edible Ed, my sweet tooth has been sweetening me quite a bit. One of Emma Bite's favorite Disney cartoons. We've been watching a lot of Disney cartoons recently. I'm sure most of you have been as well. One of her favorites is Beauty and the Beast. And at Disneyland, you could actually go to a little storefront there, and they sell the gray stuff that Belle eats at one point in the movie. And it's something that I've always wanted to try. The couple times I've gone to Disneyland that they've had it, and I've never had the opportunity to try it. And I've been real sad about it, but Emma Bites has a little toy here, and it's an exact replica of the gray stuff. It's so gray and stuff. And I wanted to try to make it, and this is that recipe. It's not that difficult. So let's get started, shall we? Yay!
Let's get this recipe going. I got a bowl with some flour going in, some baking soda, some baking powder, and I got Emma Bites right here helping me to stir everything together. Once everything's mixed together, mixed and combined, we set that aside. Get another bowl, another one, because you can't have too many bowls. Add some sugar and some softened butter. I accidentally melted mine completely, but that's fine. It's okay. It's not gonna mess it up. And we want to cream that butter and sugar together, and it's going to make a delicious paste. And we add some pure vanilla extract, 1 egg. Perfect, Emma Bites. Great job. And we want to whisk all of that together to make an even more delicious paste. And we're going to slowly incorporate our flour mixture into our delicious paste, little by little. You want to stir it. If you have one of those stand mixers, well, good for you. Use that. But I don't have one, so I'm using some elbow grease, good old-fashioned elbow grease, to mix. And you want all of that flour to be completely incorporated before you add the next set of flour. And there isn't like a set amount of flour you should be adding, just enough to incorporate, you know, little by little. Should be like 3 or 4 sets of flour going in until it's a developed dough. It's more pliable for you to grab instead of being like that paste consistency. And I have like a little ice cream scoop. You scoop up some of that dough and make a ball. You could just scoop it like that and put it on your baking sheet, a parchment lined baking sheet, or roll it up. And we liked rolling it up. And I would suggest using a parchment lined sheet instead of one of those Silpat or silicone mats, because cookies, when they are on that, they just get super flat instead of getting nice and fluffy. Now we're gonna work on the gray stuff. I have some milk, some vanilla extract, and instant vanilla pudding. I'm gonna mix the combine until it starts to thicken, and I'm gonna put that in the fridge for about an hour. Want it to set up. And I got some Oreos in a Ziploc, I'm sorry, chocolate sandwich cookies in a Ziploc bag. Crush those up. 1 hour later, add those crushed Oreos to that vanilla mixture. And it's really starting to turn gray. If you have a food processor, definitely use that to blend up the Oreos. I didn't have one of those, so I did that. I added a couple teaspoons of chocolate instant vanilla pudding, and I'm folding in some whipped cream into that to make it nice and airy, and put that back in the fridge for another hour for it to kind of set up. I have a parchment bag here. I'm sorry, a pastry bag. If you don't have one of those, that's fine. Use a Ziploc bag. Use a cup to kind of get all of that frosting in. Cut the tip off and go to town decorating. They're starting to look really good, kind of, right? And I finished it with some edible pearls, so let's eat!
It's time for some bites. Oh. Hey, so my gray stuff didn't exactly turn out the way that this one did, but that's okay. It's fine. I guarantee it's gonna taste pretty good. So why don't we try tasting it and making sure it tastes good. I guarantee you it tastes better than this plastic gray stuff. Okay? This tastes better than this. This looks better than this, but this tastes better than this. Knowledge drop. Mmm. Mmm. Mm-hmm. 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 Mmm. That gray stuff is delicious. That sugar cookie is so simple. It's crisp on the outside but chewy on the inside, as any good sugar cookie should be. The gray stuff is just delicious. It's chocolatey. It's not too sweet, but it's perfect amount of sweetness. And then the little candy pearls on top make it kind of look prettier than it by itself. Make it your own. Do better than I did. Send me pictures of the better gray stuff that you made. Have fun. That's all that matters. With your family. Just have a good time. I'm gonna take a bite. Oh. Mm. Oh, great stuff. So good. Thanks for watching this all new episode of Edible Eggs. I appreciate it, and I will see you here next week. Please like, comment, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. I'm so close to 400 subscribers. I need your help. Let's get to 400 and beyond. Thank you very much. I will see you here next week. Bye bye.
Bonjour.
It's Belle, everybody. Who's ready for some Belle bites? Magnifique.
She's a cooking mastermind. She's sweet, friendly, and kind. It's Emma Bites.
Geez, say something before you take another bite.
Perfecto.
Mmm. Try the gray stuff, it's delicious. Don't believe me? Ask the dishes. Or ask Bell Bites.
Be our guest, put our service to the test. Try the great stuff, it's delicious. Don't believe me? Ask Emma Bites.
Mmm. It's not super pretty, but it's delicious, huh, Emma Bites?
And Belle.
I mean, Belle.
Bye, love you. Merci beaucoup. Au revoir. I got my stuffings.
Where is she? Where are you?
I'm my Tia.
The doctor's in.
What now?
It's your movie.
Maybe see if it touches his brains.
Whoa, she protects his brain. Because she's a doctor.
Yeah.
You gotta help people, even if they're bad.
Ow! Careful! Ow!
Alright.
Ow!
Alright, cut. That's a wrap. Print.